Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the channel. It's the first video on Mo Money's Wrestling Reviews. It is Royal Rumble 2000 from the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. Tonight, in the main event that isn't the Royal Rumble, we got Triple H versus Cactus Jack for the WWE Championship in a street fight. But tonight, we kick off the card with Kurt Angle versus a mystery opponent. And he comes out and he runs down the city of New York as heels do. And he's talking about his three eyes and giving it the old college try. And then Taz's music hits. The Human Suplex Machine's debut in the WWE. The crowd pops. They were chanting, "We want Taz," even. And Taz comes out and starts out like a house of fire. They do the hold the ropes with the leapfrog spot and the back body drop over the top rope. And Taz continues to be in control until Taz tries to suplex, which is reversed by Kurt Angle. And then he takes over, brings Taz back into the ring, kicks and stomps, and in the corner battle ensues. And Angle gets a pin, 1, 2, no good. Taz then goes and has a reversal, does a suplex, a belly to belly, gets a count, 1, 2, foot's on the rope, and then Kurt Angle gets the advantage back. He tries to go to the top rope. He gets the straddle spot off the top rope where he hits himself, where it hurts the most for a guy. And Taz gets the belly to belly off the top rope, which looks amazing. 1, 2, no good. And Angle gets in control once again after some back and forth. Tries the Angle slam, doesn't work. So Taz picks Angle up and suplexes him. So he lands face first. Taz hits three suplexes in a row, hits the Taz mission, and then the referee does the old arm check. 1, 2, 3, the arm goes down. Taz is your winner by Taz mission, and we'll be back for your next match momentarily. As the Royal Rumble continues, tonight we go backstage where the Hardys have an interview with Terry Reynolds, who used to manage the Hardy Boys. I'd completely forgotten about that. And Terry says, "We're going to go out and we're going to blow the roof off the place." And the Hardys tell her no because it's going to be too violent. They're taking on the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, in the first ever tables match, tag team tables match. And they're right, quite frankly, as they don't even like to get into the ring after the Dudley Boys heel promo promoting or disrespecting New York City. They meet in the alleyway. They pair off Matt Hardy and Devon and Jeff Hardy and Bubba, and then they switch. There's a point where Matt Hardy DDTs Bubba, and Bubba gives, I believe it was Jeff Hardy, the Bubba Bomb, or what would become to known as that move. And, they continue to battle and they bring out ladders and tables. You'd think it was a TLC match because there's also chairs. There must have been at least 5 to 10 chair shots in this match. And, anyways, so Bubba's the first one to go through the table as he was on the outside, laying on the table. And Matt Hardy climbed to the ladder on the outside, this little blue ladder, and he jumped, and Jeff jumped, and they simultaneously met on the ladder or on the table. So Bubba's going through a table. Now, they made a big deal about this match having to be consecutively through a table. That doesn't happen. Obviously, they try to put Devon through a table. They have him outside and they have two tries because there's two tables outside. And of course, Matt Hardy misses, and then Jeff Hardy misses, and then Bubba is still like staggering around trying to regroup. And then the Dudley boys get the advantage on Matt Hardy. They bring in all kinds of weapons, chairs, tables, even the steel steps. They set up the table, put Matt Hardy through it. It is 1-1. And so it's not looking good for the Hardy boys. And they're going to go and continue this fight. And it's either got to be Devon or Jeff Hardy to go through the table next to declare a winner. And this is important because there's a point where Jeff is on the, or yeah, Jeff is on the table, and then Matt's using the chair to distract the Dudleys. And anyway, there's a point where Bubba takes Jeff through the crowd, and he's planning to go off the top of the entranceway to the floor. And Bubba takes two chair shots, goes through two tables, but remember, Devon has to be the one going through the table. And Jeff Hardy gets his win back. Matt Hardy set up the table as Jeff is still on the top of the entranceway. And Matt Hardy's encouraging him to go off of the entranceway into a swanton. That's what Jeff does. Devon gets swanton through a table. That's the end of the match. The Hardy Boys win. It was a really crazy match. And if you're enjoying the content so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm having tons of fun. All right, everybody, and now it's time for the Miss Rumble 2000 pageant with divas like Ivory, Jacqueline, Terry, the Cat, and Luna, and more. And this is going to be very quick because it's not really worth talking about. This segment didn't age well. It was basically for the king to catcall a bunch of the female talent, although that did happen. And then we had a panel of legends, judges, including the fabulous Moolah, Johnny Valiant, and many others, and Andy Richter. And then Mae Young comes out and says, I'm in this contest after everybody did their thing. And Mae got carried away. There was an incident. Fortunately, it's censored on the network. Sorry. And they declare Mae Young the unanimous winner. Let's move to our next match. Alright, it's time to review the first title match on the channel. It's the Intercontinental Championship with a triple threat match between Hardcore Holly and co-Intercontinental champions China and Y2J Chris Jericho. And China gets pie-faced, and there's a brawl that happens. And, it's just one of those things where they would take turns going out of the ring, whether it be by being tossed out or thrown over the top rope. And here are just some key moments during the triple threat match of like Chris Jericho trying to get wins and China breaking them up. Hardcore Holly tried a Hurricanrana, which Hardcore Holly never does. But he got caught, of course, into the walls of Jericho, trying to clothesline Jericho from behind. Another factor in this match was when Jericho was trying to superplex Hardcore Holly, and China basically crotched them both on the top rope. Jericho did his crossbody to the outside, which was, again, just a spot. Hardcore Holly hit his famous dropkick during the course of the match. Bunch of near falls, 1-2, 1-2. China hits a pedigree and then superplexes Bob Holly 1-2. And then after the superplex, Holly rolled her up 1-2. And there was a moment in the match as well where Chris Jericho did the Back body drop spot. China landed on her feet. There's a low blow. Doesn't put Jericho away. And then China goes to grab a steel chair. Well, Jericho's on the outside. Knocks out Hardcore Holly. Tries to put him in the walls of Jericho for some reason. Why you don't just cover him, I don't know. But anyway, Jericho takes advantage of this. Does the running bulldog into the lion salt. 1, 2, 3. Your new Intercontinental Champion and more importantly, undisputed Intercontinental Champion. Y2J Chris Jericho. If you're enjoying the video to this point, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We'd be happy to have you. And we'll be back. Actually, your next match will be momentarily. Okay, so it's time for the WWE Tag Team title match between the New Age Outlaws and the Acolytes. And the Outlaws come up first. They do their normal shtick. You know how it goes. And the Acolytes come out, jump them early, come in from behind, dominate the match, really. Road Dogg did make a comeback with a boot to the face and everything, so he could do his little dancey punch routine. But then Bradshaw took him by his hair, dragged him down, and then he went outside, took out Billy Gunn outside, but also took out the referee. The Acolytes then do their double power bomb to Road Dogg. There's no referee, and then Bradshaw gets tossed out of the ring. Or no, sorry, Farouk gets knocked down. Then Bradshaw gets hit with the famous. No, I forgot. X-Pac comes out, hits a spinning wheel kick on Farouk, knocks him down. Then they spine buster X-Pac to take him out of the way. Then Billy Gunn hits Bradshaw with the famous 1, 2, 3. Still your WWE Tag Team Champions of the World, the New Age Outlaws. Time for the WWE Championship fight between Triple H and Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack came out as Mankind in a video package, and then revealed he'd be Cactus Jack for the street fight. And so we begin, and Cactus opens up, hammering away on Triple H, and then they take it to the outside. Triple H gets back body dropped. There was a swinging neckbreaker delivered by Nick, starting out good. And then when Triple H took over, Mick Foley, I tell you, he's indestructible, but man, it makes you kind of sad because he did everything he could to put this match over, being a street fight. There were barbed wire baseball bats he took to the stomach and back. There was a shot also between Triple H's legs with the 2x4 covered in barbed wire. There were chair shots galore. There were near falls, and Cactus had Triple H walking towards the back area. He threw him against the arena set a few times, and then when he was bringing Triple H back by his hair, he was back body dropped onto a trash can, and they continued to fight outside. There was a spot where Triple H was up against the steel chair, or steel stairs rather, and Foley did the running knee. And then there was also a spot where Cactus was running towards Triple H, was hip tossed, hit his leg on the steel steps, and then was thrown into the steel steps. And there was another spot where the announce table was used, the Spanish announce table, and Triple H was going to be pile driven, but he blocked it, and Triple H or Cactus went to the floor. And so they finally took this 2x4, this 2x4 that Cactus brought in covered in barbed wire, put it under the announce table. And then what was the funniest spot in a very serious match? The announcer didn't want to give it to him, so Cactus knocked him down, and the other announcer gave it to him. And he hit Triple H with the barbed wire, and then there were more chair shots. And then there was a time, oh my goodness, Cactus was handcuffed with his hands behind his back, taking shots. You shouldn't do this anymore. Oh, you should never do this, actually. But back then it was done, and Triple H was wearing Cactus out, and they battled back towards the arena set again. And Cactus was yelling at him, "Oh, is that all you got?" Because at this point, these guys are a bloody mess. The Rock comes out. He hits Triple H in the head with a steel chair. Then there's a cop with an extra set of keys that takes Cactus out of the handcuffs. Then they bring him back, and then they do the table spot where he gets pile driven. And Cactus almost wins 1, 2, no. And then there's the spot where Cactus brings out the tacks, the thumbtacks. Of course he does. And he puts them down. Of course he's on the offense. And then Triple H back body drops him in the tacks, hits him with a pedigree in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, Cactus kicks out. And then the brawl, no, well, the fight continues for a couple more minutes or a couple more seconds. Triple H then decides to hit a pedigree into the thumbtacks. 1, 2, 3. This monstrosity of a match is over. One of the most brutal and violent street fights I remember seeing. Triple H wins and retains the WWE Championship. And a recap of the Royal Rumble starts with D'Lo Brown drawing number 1, Grandmaster Sexay drawing number 2. They go at it for a minute and a half. It's every 90 seconds. Both feet must hit the floor to be eliminated. And then here comes Mosh and Christian at 3 and 4. And then Rikishi at number 5. Rikishi starts clearing house with Mosh and Christian. And, then he eliminates D'Lo, and it's him and Grandmaster Sexay. Luckily for him, Grandmaster Sexay, that Scotty 2 Hottie draws number 6. They do a dance routine. Then Rikishi double clotheslines both of them, throws them both out, and then goes on to eliminate Blackman and Viscera. And then the boss man comes in, wastes a minute and a half. Test comes in after that and beats up the boss man. So now the ring starts to fill up, and not much happens for the rest of the match as it's just bodies. Edge gets eliminated with a back suplex over the top rope. The funniest parts of this were Bob Backlund making a Royal Rumble surprise entry, Kai and Tai being eliminated 4 times, although Taka did get hurt in the aftermath of that. And then every time when Farouk and Bradshaw drew their numbers, the Main Street Posse got them both eliminated. X-Pac draws number 30. There's about 8 guys left by the time he gets in there. They all get eliminated one by one by the Big Show and The Rock, including Hardcore Holly, and the list goes on and on. And your final 4 end up being Kane, X-Pac, Big Show, and The Rock. And Kane gets dragged under the bottom rope, so he's not eliminated. But then The Rock throws out X-Pac, but the refs don't see it because they're breaking up the fight in the back. So X-Pac sneaks back in. Kane is against the ropes, battling with the Big Show, and then X-Pac hits him with a spinning wheel kick, and he gets eliminated. Then The Rock throws X-Pac out, hits the Big Show with the People's Elbow, but then the Big Show gets up, chokeslams The Rock, carries him on his shoulder. He looks like he's gonna win, and then he tries to put him over, but they do the old Rock turns him over using his own body, and the Rock wins the 2000 Royal Rumble. This has been a great look for me at the Royal Rumble for the year 2000. I would say it's a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10. You had the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys in that tables match. You had the street fight. You had the Miss Rumble contest, which was kind of awkward. And then you had the Royal Rumble match with The Rock winning. It used to be every 2 minutes, but it was every minute and a half. Again, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. There'll be more content coming. And until next time, may your ego come from a place that keeps you humble. I'm Mo Money. Mamba